Hello, scholars. Today we're going to be talking about how to add and subtract time in compound units. Compound units mean that there are hours and minutes in the things that we're adding and subtracting. So today we're going to start off our lesson a little bit differently. I have 3 problems up here on my whiteboard, and I want you to see if you can figure it out. The reason that I love this lesson so much is that our math brains get to work in whatever way they would like, and there isn't really a right way to find the answers. So we'll go over a few strategies once you've tried to figure it out yourself, okay? So first, I want to know how you would get from 6:20, let's do p.m., to 8:30 p.m. How much time has passed between those 2 times? Okay. Your second problem that I want you to try is if we take 2:15 a.m. and add 55 minutes, what time are we at? So let's say we started sleeping at 2:15 a.m. I don't know why you're up so late. And we sleep for 55 minutes. What time did we wake up at? And then our third problem that we're going to try independently of first is if it's 3:30 p.m. and you have 47 minutes until hockey, what time does hockey practice start? Go ahead, pause your devices, and try to solve these problems on your own. Welcome back, scholars. I hope that you found a way that works for you. Right now, we're going to use a few strategies that work for me, and I know have worked for other 3rd graders in the past. And we're going to see if that's the same strategy that you chose or if you chose something different. So first, getting from 6:20 to 8:30 p.m. I think that you all know what I would have done. I would have done a number line. So we start here at 6:20. Whoops. And we go to 8:30. Okay, I know I can take a big 2-hour jump from 6:20 to 8:20, then a little 10-minute jump. Okay, so I have 2 hours and 10 minutes. I know that the difference between 6:20 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. is 2 hours, 10 minutes. Okay, I'm wondering if anyone else tried that strategy. Another thing that you could have done is you could have first focused on the hours and then focused on the minutes, okay? So we know that in between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m., there's 2 hours. And between 20 minutes and 30 minutes is 10 minutes. So this approach would work on this particular question, but not on all questions, because what if this said 6:40 to 8:30? Then you couldn't really do that. Okay, so let's try this next one. Okay, so 2:15 a.m. plus 55 minutes. Now, this would be easy to not easy. This would be simple to add if we had a minute amount like 30 minutes, right? Because we could just say 15 plus 30 is 45. We're at 12:45 a.m. But it's not. It's 55 minutes, okay? So there's a few ways that you could do this. First, number 1, we would start here at 2:15. We would travel 55 minutes, okay? Now, I would find a nice easy number. I'm actually gonna put this on the bottom. We're looking for the end point. I would find a nice easy number to add to 2:15 to get me to kind of an easy spot, okay? I know that there are 60 minutes in an hour, so to get to the next hour or 3 o'clock, I would have to add 45 minutes. So that would be my first jump. And I'm at 3 o'clock, okay? So if I add 45 minutes, I'm at 3 o'clock a.m. 7:45. So we still have 10 minutes to go. So another little jump here is 10 minutes, and we end at 3:10. So 2:15 a.m. plus 55 minutes, you woke up from your nap or from your sleep at 3:10 a.m. Okay? Now let's try this last one. Okay, so it says 3:30 p.m. plus 47 minutes. I would do the same thing, number line. 3:30. Okay, I'm going to split the 47 up, just like I split the last number up, into what I know is the next hour, and then I'll have the others left over. So I know that 3:30, in order to get to 4, we need 30 minutes. So I'm going to split this 47 into a 30 and into a 17. Okay, 3:30 to 4 o'clock, we have 30 minutes. This is too far over. And then another jump, we have 17 minutes. We're at 4:17. Okay, so your hockey practice starts at 4:17 p.m., which is kind of random. If you would like to show me how you solved it, I would love for you to comment on our Google Classroom, comment on this YouTube video, send me an email, or even record your own video and send it to me so that I can see what you did instead. We're going to do a few more problems and then I'll send you on your way. You're going to see a few questions like this in the lesson. It's going to say something like 11:30, then there'll be an arrow, we'll do 47 minutes, and then question mark. Okay, how would you solve that? Other questions that we will have in our lesson today look like this. 3 hours, 50 minutes plus 1 hour, 30 minutes equals blank hours, blank minutes. Okay, so now we're not talking about the time of day. Now we're talking about how many hours, how many minutes. So let's say it took you 3 hours and 50 minutes to go to the grocery store. And then it took you 1 hour and 30 minutes to go get some ice cream. How long did your errands take? Okay, so try that one. And then you're also going to have some problems that look like this. 5 hours, 30 minutes minus 2 hours, 40 minutes equals how many hours, how many minutes. Okay, so again, I want you to pause your device and see how you would solve these first, and then we'll go over it in a minute. All right, welcome back, scholars. I hope that these weren't too tricky. Some of them are trickier than others. So here we go. Here's our first question here. Okay, 11:30. We're at 11:30, we'll say a.m., sorry. And 47 minutes has passed. What time is it now? Okay, do you remember what we did for the number line? We were wondering, okay, how many more minutes until we get to the next hour? And if we have 30 minutes here, we know that it's another 30 minutes. So I'm going to break this up into 30 minutes and 17 minutes. So if we add 30 minutes, we're at 12 o'clock. If we add 17 minutes, we're at 12:17 p.m., right? Because that would change. If you're at 11:30 a.m., it would change to p.m. And if you were at p.m., it would change to a.m., right? Okay, good. Again, if you solved it a different way, I would love for you to comment, email me, comment on this video, comment on our Google Classroom. I love to know strategies. That's great. Okay, so now these ones are a little bit trickier. So 3 hours and 50 minutes plus 1 hour and 30 minutes equals how many hours, how many minutes? So I left my cheat sheet up here, I don't know if you noticed or not, so that we know how many minutes are in this many hours. So if you decided that you wanted to convert this into minutes, then add and then convert back to hours and minutes, you could very well do that. That's very complicated. If you did that, kudos. That's awesome. That's not what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to break this up into hours and minutes first. And then I'm going to do a number line. Okay, so the first strategy that I want us to think about, it's kind of like the tens and ones strategy, where we focus first on the hours. Okay, so here we have 3 hours, 1 hour. I like those numbers. I know how to add those numbers, so I'm going to keep them. 3 hours plus 1 hour is 4 hours. Now we're done worrying about hours. Okay? But now we have 50 minutes and 30 minutes. I know that 50 plus 30 is 80. Now, if you put this as your answer, 4 hours, 80 minutes, I would say you're wrong because you have one more step to go. What's wrong with this? Why would this be wrong? Because, thank you for those of you who replied to your device, because 80 minutes is over 1 hour. It is, remember, we have 60 minutes in an hour. So this actually is 1 hour, and then the difference between 60 and 80 is 20 minutes. Okay, are you with me? Now you need to add the hours. Okay, so that's 5 hours, 20 minutes. Okay, now, shouldn't cross these off so soon. I want to show you how we would do this with the number line as well. Okay, so we're going to start with 3 hours, 50 minutes here. Okay, and we're adding 1 hour, 30 minutes. Okay. Okay, so our question mark is on the end. I'll put 130 down here just so I don't forget. Okay, so first we need to go from 3 hours, we're going to add, I'm going to go underneath 1 hour, and now we're at now we're at 4 hours, 50 minutes, okay, and we're done with the 1 hour. Now, let's break this 30 up so we can get this 50 to the next hour, okay? We would break this 30 up into 10 minutes and 20 minutes, okay? I'm going to do the 10 minutes first. Okay, now we're at 5 hours. Then I'm going to add my 20 minutes, and we're at 5 hours, 20 minutes. Good old number lines, love them. Okay, now this one is going to be our trickiest one so far today. Okay. So we have 5 hours, 30 minutes, minus 2 hours, 40 minutes. Now the reason that this one gets tricky is that you can't really do the hours and minutes strategy here. The reason is you can subtract 2 hours from 5 hours, right? You get 3 hours. But you can't subtract 40 minutes from 30 minutes because it would be negative 10. And we don't do negative numbers, not yet, not in 3rd grade. So remember, we're really looking for the difference between 5 hours, 30 minutes and 2 hours, 40 minutes. I'm going to use a number line. I'm going to start by putting my smaller number here, 2 hours, 40 minutes. We are looking for the difference between this time, We know what the end time is, 5 hours, 30 minutes. Okay, now, here's my strategy. I always add the minutes to go to the next hour. That's an easy jump for us to make. So I have 2 hours, 40 minutes. How many minutes till I get to 3 hours? That's right, 20 minutes. So I'm gonna jump 20 minutes. Now I'm at 3 hours. 3 hours flat. Okay, 3 hours flat. Now that I'm at 3, I can easily get to 5 hours, right? All I need to do is add 2 hours. Now I'm at 5 hours. Our ending point is 5 hours, 30 minutes. I can easily get from 5 hours to 5 hours and 30 minutes by adding 30 minutes. Okay, so now we have 2 hours plus 20 minutes plus 30 minutes. So we have 2 hours, 50 minutes. Okay, again. And for the final time, if you had a different strategy on how to solve this or any of the problems that you have during our lesson today, please leave me a comment in our Google Classroom or comment on this YouTube video or send me an email. Or if you want to make your own video of how you solve these problems, I'd love to see it. All right, happy math everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.